You can't manifest clearly with a dirty energy field. There comes a time where the healing work has to go deeper than just your daily affirmations and surface level shadow journaling. It's the time where you realize that what you're carrying isn't just mental noise that you couldn't get rid of, but it's energetic weight. And energetic weight is everywhere within you and around you. It's in your field, it's in your cells, it's in your voice, in your posture, in your reactions, in your choices, everywhere, like I said. And no matter how positive you try to be on the outside, your body keeps remembering everything you haven't fully cleared. Because your energy body, which is also known as your aura, your frequency, your electromagnetic field, whatever you want to call it is the blueprint of your entire life. It is the one thing that holds your identity, your memories, your beliefs, your trauma, your desires, your patterns. And that's not just some woo woo concept we're dealing with here, right? It's the literal vibrational template that tells your reality what to reflect back to you, what you should experience. You can basically look at it as your energetic fingerprint, and it silently informs the universe of what you're available for, what you're attracting, what you're expecting, and what you're unconsciously repeating. That means that everything that happens in your physical world, the people you attract, the health you experience, the opportunities you magnetize or repel, the situations you find yourself in, whether good or bad, the habits you're integrating, all of it is mirroring what lives in your field. And one thing that is absolutely clear when it comes to this is energy doesn't lie, just like numbers don't lie. It doesn't care what you say, it doesn't care what you script, who you try to be, who you fake to be, what you want, or what you journal about. It responds to what you're actually carrying and believing. The unresolved, the unspoken, the unreleased, the unloved aspects that are sitting deep within you, your shadows. So the question really becomes what's in your field right now? Most of you are walking around with energy that doesn't even belong to you, carrying the shame of your parents, of your ancestors, holding the expectations of society, absorbing the projections of your friends, partners, or strangers on the internet. You are likely still holding on to an identity that was handed to you, not initially chosen by you, but you keep choosing it every day. The keyword here being initially, because every day since you've become a grown adult with a fully developed frontal lobe, you have still been choosing these patterns, behaviors, and identities on a daily basis. And you aren't always as blind to them as you like to pretend to be. You're still waking up each day deciding to blame your past, your generational patterns, your genetics, your condition that you have, like anxiety or ADHD or whatever, and society for what you are still consciously choosing. However, underneath all of that, your true self is waiting to come online. It's just waiting to be remembered and to finally be lived. But as long as your field is cluttered, that signal stays weak and your aura becomes static. Your manifestations stall, they don't come. Your alignment slips into confusion, and then you start thinking, what am I doing wrong? Well, here's what's wrong with you. Your energy field reflects your identity. If your identity is wrapped in pain, fear, scarcity, old programming, and conditionings, then no matter how many vision boards you create for fun, your aura will always default to what it believes is safe, even if it's sabotaging you, right? So it's kind of contradicting. Because in your subconscious, you equal familiar with being safe. But that's not the truth. You will always unconsciously create what you believe you're worthy of. And most of those beliefs were formed without your conscious permission. So cleaning your aura isn't just about feeling lighter or raising your vibe. It's about releasing everything that isn't you so that you can return to your true, untampered essence. You need to be unlearning the noise and unbecoming everything that you do not want to be. That is the true key to becoming who you really are. So let's get clear on what actually affects your energy field. First, you have your emotions, which aren't just fleeting feelings, they are data that you collect. And when you don't let them move, they stay stuck. And that sadness you swallowed, that anger you never expressed, that fear that you avoided, it didn't disappear. It just buried itself into your emotional body. And it keeps distorting your frequency on a daily basis. This then causes you to start carrying fear like an armor, like a badge of honor. It is why you smile while your field is literally screaming, or why you smile and say you're fine while you're basically depressed and anxious 24/7. And eventually, that energy creates dis-ease, not just emotionally, but physically, relationally, spiritually. Then come the limiting beliefs. Most of these were formed in early childhood, but also during your teenage years. And someone said something painful, and on some deeply subconscious level, you believed them. Maybe a parent criticized you, a teacher embarrassed you, a partner betrayed you, or a friend rejected you. Whatever it was. But from that moment on, your subconscious locked in a belief: I'm not safe, I'm not enough, I don't matter, I'm unlovable, and so on. No matter what belief it is for you, that belief is still pulsing in your energy unless you've intentionally reprogrammed it. And every time life gives you a similar trigger, gives you the same person with different looks, your field reactivates that old story like it's happening all over again. Because another thing is that your subconscious mind doesn't understand the difference between something that happened 10 years ago and something that is happening right now. And also between something that was very traumatizing years ago versus something that is just a little annoying and uncomfortable right now. Then we have negative self talk. And that is the inner dialogue most people don't even realize they are repeating on a loop 24/7. Every time you shame yourself, belittle yourself, doubt yourself, distract yourself, rile yourself up mentally, remember a trigger and think yourself into the situation again, think about a traumatizing event again, your nervous system contracts. It blocks. What's happening in that case is your cells tense up and your energy drops completely. And this makes you a match to more experiences that confirm that same pattern, meaning negativity. You can't talk down to yourself and expect life to treat you like royalty. You can't keep dysregulating yourself and expect everything you desire to just magically fall into place, for your manifestations to just come true effortlessly. You also cannot keep replaying past trauma or conflicts or situations vividly in your mind while hoping for the opposite to come true in the near future, because you're creating the future from the past. You're literally making your past your future. And finally, there's unhealed trauma. And trauma doesn't have to be dramatic. It's not just the big capital T traumas. It's any moment your nervous system didn't know how to process. And that could have been a breakup, a betrayal, a simple disappointment or disagreement, a time you felt invisible, a time you had to shut down to survive, a simple conflict or a fight, a heavy workout, severe exhaustion, fatigue, and so on. And whether you believe it or like it or not, it leaves imprints in multiple areas in your reactions, in your body, and in your energy. And it stays stuck there. And it usually shows up as anxiety, overreaction, hypervigilance, mood swings, physical symptoms, burnout, a complete mental and emotional shutdown, brain fog, nervous system dysregulation. And it shows up in your field as energetic distortion until it's felt, loved, and released. So, what do we do with all of this? You need to stir it up to clear it out. You stop avoiding it and you stop bypassing it. You create safe containers to feel, witness, and transmute because true healing doesn't come from fixing what's broken, it comes from remembering what's whole already. Like I said, you need to unbecome everything you are not in order to become everything you already are. So, let me show you how you can begin cleaning and resetting your body. First is journaling in combination with shadow work. So, not mindless journaling, right? I'm not talking about a filtered kind of journaling where you try to sound poetic and it's just for the aesthetics. I'm talking about raw purge, about the gut honest, let it all out kind of writing that opens a door into your subconscious. Free writing helps purge emotions as well that you didn't even know you were carrying. So it happens through questions like what's weighing me down right now? What version of me am I still performing as? What do I keep avoiding? What does this pattern allow me to avoid or to not look at, to not face? What do I still need to face when it comes to this toxic behavior? Let your pen go where your truth lives. Don't censor yourself. Don't hold back. Don't edit yourself. Just sit there and feel. And meet yourself with compassion for why you're still choosing toxicity over growth. The next thing is meditation, visualizations, and breath work. Just to be clear here, these also aren't cute accessories to your routine. These are the doorways into your energy field, into your subconscious, if you utilize them the correct way. They are basically the easiest tools and methods for you to learn to access your subconscious mind. But it takes consistent practice and delayed gratification in order to master them, to actually master them. Because a lot of people make them these ridiculous, simplified tools that you cannot rewire your mind with, when in reality, they are the most powerful ones to rewire yourself and shift your states and shift your manifestations, make them come true. But once you do master them, these tools, these methods, the results are immaculate. They slow down the mind and wake up your body, which is where you need to be. They help you access your theta brainwaves, which is the space where your subconscious is the most open, right? Meaning that this is where your brain is the most permeable to be reprogrammed and rewired. But you have to do them with intention. Sit down daily. Be consistent, not just for 5 minutes. Drop in more than just cheap 5 minutes. And visualize your field being cleared, your chakras spinning in harmony, your past selves dissolving, your limiting beliefs, poof, replaced. Your patterns being rewired, your identity completely shifting. Breathe with it and do it again tomorrow. Then there's EFT tapping, so the emotional freedom technique. And this is nervous system reprogramming in action. Tapping on specific meridian points while repeating different statements you want to make your truth, help your energy system let go of the old and anchor into the new. The reason why it works so well is because it's somatic, right? It's an embodied practice and it connects you to your subconscious mind as well. But you have to commit to it consistently and intentionally for it to work as well. Then there's Reiki or energy healing. Sometimes your field needs help from a practitioner who can hold space and move energy for you. Reiki allows stagnant energy to be cleared, blocks to be softened, and your system to realign with your natural blueprint. If you pair this with inner mindset work, the shifts can be absolutely profound, let me tell you. Then there's physical movement. Now, again, energy doesn't just live in the mind, it lives in the body. So, walking, working out, dancing, exercising, stretching, somatic shaking, these aren't just fitness practices, they are energetic releases. That is why every time you feel tired but renewed and energized after pursuing sports, every time you move, you typically allow your body to express what your words can't, right? This is especially important if you've been in freeze mode for such a long time. Movement brings your life force back, basically. And then there's the most important one, sleep. Deep, intentional, relaxed sleep. This is when your body does most of its energetic detoxing. While you sleep, your brain consolidates memory. Your aura has time to clear static, and your emotional body processes what you didn't get to feel during the day. And you basically heal yourself during that time. This is where the real magic happens because that's where your subconscious is healing as well and your body is regenerating. And that's where the real work begins. Sleep is one of the best medicines out there. But get inside my membership where we'll talk in more depth about this type of inner work. You'll find the link down below. All of the methods I've just mentioned, we're going in depth and I'm teaching you exactly how to utilize them so that you can shift your entire reality and create your entire reality to something new. But for now, let's not forget the power of intention. You don't need to be this flawless and perfect human, right? To be energetically aligned. You just need to become aware, aware of what you're holding, aware of what's no longer yours to carry, and committed to releasing it again and again and again until your frequency becomes your own. And this whole work is about coming home to yourself, right? Not the performative self, not the conditioned self. I'm talking about the real you that's underneath all of these programmings. The you underneath the stories, the you who remembers who she really is. Because your true energy, meaning the you before the world told you who to be, is very magnetic and radiant and calm and confident and clear. And when your energy field is clean, everything else becomes easier too. You're being unstoppable because that's what you are. Manifestation flows, health improves, opportunities appear. The impossible becomes possible. People feel your shift before you even speak. You clean your house, you wash your body, you brush your teeth. So why would you neglect your field, the part of you that dictates everything around you? Your whole experience. Start tending to your energy like your life depends on it. Because in many ways, it really does.